You know what blew my mind last week? I discovered a faceless YouTube channel pulling in over 2 million views per month, using nothing but AI animation tools that didn't even exist 2 years ago. While everyone else is burning out trying to become the next Mr. Beast, these creators found a completely different path to YouTube success. And today, I'm going to show you the exact AI animation workflow these channels use to create cinematic faceless videos, and how you can build your own faceless content system in 2026. Now here's where this gets interesting. Before you even think about animation tools or prompts, you need to understand one thing. This entire model works because it flips the normal YouTube logic on its head. Instead of relying on personality, these channels let storytelling and visuals do the emotional work. And once you start seeing YouTube as a storytelling machine instead of a personality contest, the whole strategy starts to make sense. If you've been paying attention to YouTube recently, you've probably noticed something changing. The best faceless channels aren't just stitching together random stock footage anymore. They're building animated stories that feel almost cinematic. Think about channels like the Zinni Studio, where each video feels like a small film, with characters, visual metaphors, and storytelling that keeps viewers watching. What's fascinating is viewers don't consciously realize why they're staying. They just feel like the video was designed intentionally. That cinematic feeling activates the same part of the brain that binge watches Netflix shows. And in an algorithm that rewards watch time, that's a huge advantage. The secret isn't expensive animation software, and it's definitely not a big production team. It's understanding how to combine AI tools into a systematic workflow that produces consistent, high-quality content. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Before we jump into the workflow, let's talk about why AI animation is dominating the faceless YouTube space right now. It really comes down to 3 advantages. First, it holds attention better. Animated scenes create motion, visual variety, and curiosity, all things that naturally keep viewers engaged longer than static slides or random stock footage. Second, it expands what you can show. You're no longer limited by what you can film. You can show the inside of a black hole, ancient civilizations building pyramids, or futuristic worlds instantly. That opens up storytelling possibilities traditional video just can't match. Third, it removes production friction. No cameras, no locations, no lighting setups, no filming days, just ideas turning directly into visuals. And that's why small creators can now compete with channels that look like they have full production teams. But here's where most people get this completely wrong. They think AI animation means typing a prompt into Midjourney, generating a cool image, and calling it content. It doesn't work like that. A cool image might impress someone once, but it won't build a channel. Channels grow on systems, not one-off outputs. That means consistent style, consistent pacing, consistent storytelling. Because viewers don't subscribe to randomness. They subscribe to something that feels intentional. If your last 5 videos all look like they came from different channels, your audience will have a harder time remembering you. That's why what you need isn't just better prompts. You need a repeatable workflow. Now let's get into the actual workflow that makes these videos work. The system breaks down into 5 stages: story architecture, visual consistency, animation sequencing, immersive audio, and optimization. Once these 5 pieces connect, producing animated content becomes dramatically faster. And it all starts with story architecture. This is where most creators either win or lose before they generate a single visual. Because animation alone can't carry a video. The easiest way to structure your story is with 3 elements. First, a subject. Who or what are we following? A person, an idea, a problem, or a system? Second, tension. What challenge or question keeps the viewer curious? Third, resolution. What payoff or transformation closes the loop? That's the narrative's spine. Many creators get stuck here because storytelling feels complicated. So a shortcut many people use is tools like ChatGPT or TubeMagic to quickly turn a topic into a beginning, middle, and end. But the real goal isn't the tool, it's creating a story that moves forward. Here's why that matters. When viewers sense a story arc, their brain starts waiting for closure. And when people want closure, they keep watching. That's not luck. That's psychology. For example, if you're explaining cryptocurrency, don't just describe blockchain. Instead, create a simple story, a character trying to send money overseas. Traditional banking is slow and expensive. Then they discover blockchain and solve the problem. Now the viewer isn't just learning information, they're watching a transformation. And once the story structure is clear, everything else gets easier. Your visuals become obvious, your pacing improves, and your video stops feeling random. Most creators think they have a visual problem, but most of the time they actually have a story problem. This is where faceless channels quietly separate themselves from everyone else. Stage 2 is visual consistency, and a lot of creators make this harder than it needs to be. They start thinking about dozens of design decisions at once. You don't need that. You really only need to lock in 3 visual rules. Rule 1. Color world. Are your videos warm and cinematic? Cool and futuristic? Dark and dramatic? Rule 2. Character style. Are your characters realistic, stylized, cartoon-like, or somewhere in between? Rule 3. Environment style. Are your scenes minimal and clean, or detailed and atmospheric? If those 3 things stay consistent, your videos start to feel branded, even without a logo. And that matters more than people realize. When viewers instantly recognize your visual language, your content becomes easier to remember and easier to binge. Once those rules are defined, tools like Mid-Journey or Stable Diffusion become much more powerful. But here's a mistake most creators make. They generate everything at once. Instead, start with your main character or main visual anchor first. Then, use that reference to generate the rest of the scenes. That alone will dramatically improve consistency. For environments, build a small mood board. 5 to 7 reference images is enough. Not 50. Just enough to lock the visual vibe. If your last few videos all look completely different from each other, this step is probably what you skipped. Visual consistency isn't flashy, but it's what makes a channel bingeable. Now the story starts to come alive. Stage 3 is animation sequencing. And the biggest mistake creators make here is assuming more motion automatically means better motion. It doesn't. What you want is purposeful motion. The easiest way to think about this is with 3 layers. Layer 1, main action. What the viewer should focus on, a character moving, reacting, or interacting with something. Layer 2, support motion. Subtle movements in the environment. Hair moving. Particles floating, trees swaying, lights flickering. Layer 3, camera flow. How the viewer experiences the scene. Wide shot, medium shot, close up. This 3-layer approach instantly makes animation feel more intentional. Here's a shortcut many creators miss. Support motion is what makes AI visuals feel expensive. Even subtle movement tells the brain effort went into the scene. And effort signals quality. For your main animation, tools like Runway ML and Pika Labs have become extremely powerful. But the real magic comes from how you sequence clips together. A simple cinematic flow works well. Start with a wide shot to establish the scene. Move to a medium shot for interaction. Use a close-up for emotion or emphasis. Then transition back out. Keep most clips around 3 to 5 seconds. That keeps pacing dynamic while giving you editing flexibility. Remember, the goal isn't animating everything, it's guiding attention. Now, if this sounds like a lot, here's the good news. You don't need perfection. You need clarity. Even simple shot planning dramatically improves pacing. Most viewers can't explain why one video feels smooth and another feels awkward, but they absolutely feel the difference. Subtle camera movement, particle effects, and motion overlays inside editing software like DaVinci Resolve can add a surprising amount of polish. You don't need Pixar-level animation. You just need momentum. But here's something almost nobody talks about. Animation isn't actually the hardest part of this system. Audio is. Because viewers will tolerate visuals that are slightly imperfect, but bad audio kills retention instantly, and that's exactly where many faceless channels lose viewers without realizing it. So let's fix that. Audio is what makes visuals feel real. Stage 4 is audio integration, and strong audio comes down to 3 layers. Layer 1, Narration. This controls pacing and guides the viewer. Layer 2. Environment sound. Birds in a forest. Wind in a canyon. Distant city noise. These subtle details make scenes feel alive. Layer 3. Music. Music sets emotional tone and momentum. If one of these layers is missing, the video feels thinner. Many faceless creators now use AI voice tools like 11 Labs or Murph for narration. That's completely fine. But the narration still needs to be written for visuals. Don't just read information. Your narration should guide attention and enhance what viewers see. Then add environmental sound to reinforce the scene. Finally, use music that supports the story rather than overpowering it. Tracks with natural rise and fall usually work much better than constant intensity. And remember, audio transitions matter too. Crossfades between sound environments can make your video feel dramatically more professional. Here's a simple quality test. Close your eyes and listen to your video for 10 seconds. If the audio alone feels like it belongs to a world, you're doing it right. If it feels empty, that's where retention leaks happen. The final stage is optimization. This is where creators stop guessing and start improving. Every video you upload produces data. Retention graphs show where viewers drop off. Engagement shows what resonates. Comments show what viewers care about. Study that information. If viewers consistently drop during certain scenes, adjust your pacing. If certain storytelling styles perform better, build around them. Over time, your best performing elements become templates. And that's where faceless channels start to scale. Each video becomes an asset that informs the next one. That's how some channels quietly grow into massive media engines. There's one final mindset shift that separates successful faceless creators from everyone else. Don't think of your channel as random videos, think of it as a content universe. Recurring characters, consistent visual identity, recognizable storytelling style. When viewers recognize your world, they come back for more. And that's how faceless channels build real brands. If you want to build faceless AI videos that actually hold attention, not just look impressive for 5 seconds, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about random AI tools or hype. It's about the systems behind successful faceless channels. Story structure, visual consistency, retention strategy, and workflows that let small creators produce content like real media studios. So if you want to build a faceless channel that grows, converts, and scales without burning out, you're in the right place. And before you go, hit like if this workflow clarified things for you. In the next video, I'll show you how I turn raw ideas, research, and notes into finished faceless AI videos ridiculously fast, using a free system most creators are completely overlooking. That video alone could save you hours. See you there.